What's going on, guys? I'm Zach, the Austere Wizard, and it is once again Saturday, so you know what that means. We're bringing it back to the Best of COD countdown. This week, we're looking at the top 5 game modes in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare as voted by you, the viewers, when I asked you in last week's episode to name them in the comment section, and you did. We got 5 solid game modes here to count down, and starting things off at the top of the list with the number 5 spot this week, it goes to Papa. Giorgio Papa Constantino, formerly. And he says that Hardcore Domination is his favorite game mode in Advanced Warfare. Now, personally, I have yet to play any hardcore mode in Advanced Warfare, but in the past, in previous games, I have dabbled a little bit in the hardcore way of life, and it really does make you change your play style. The instant deaths are a huge factor, as well as whether it's team killing or ricochet. It can really impact your play style as well. Depending on how frequently you just spray and pray, and it makes you a little more shot selective when you're trying to find enemies to gun down. Now, in Advanced Warfare, like Giorgio says, it can be even more helpful to play hardcore, especially if you're going for the dogfight medals. I know personally I have very few dogfight medals across all of the weapons in the game. I struggle to get them. I try and get them when I can. I do have some tips on that, but I'll be sharing those in a video probably later this week. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be bringing some more tips and tricks as well throughout the upcoming week. But Hardcore Dom, it's interesting. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it. Like I said, I haven't also given it the biggest of chances yet, so maybe I'll jump in the next week or so, try and get some gameplay for you guys if you're interested in seeing what Hardcore is like in Advanced Warfare. But moving down the countdown, or I guess moving up, to the number 4 spot, we have Seymour Butts, and he says that Hardpoint is the best game mode in Advanced Warfare. And I do agree with this one. It's definitely in my top 5, my personal top 5. I was just playing it a lot today. I was rocking the Akimbo SMGs, whatever they're called. I totally forget. I got some elite version, Pain and Suffering, I think it's called, on the special version I have. And I was just going ham on that. I was bouncing around the hardpoint. I wasn't necessarily going in the hardpoint. Granted, on some maps I was playing the objective more than others, just based on the layout, because I do have a rather inaccurate weapon for the most part compared to some other standard weapons where you don't have 2 of them in your hands. But I was going ham. I almost dropped 60. I think I got 57 kills, which might even be my all-time high for Advanced Warfare. But the play strategy that I was doing in Hardpoint earlier is what everyone should do in Hardpoint. If you're going for kills in overall XP, you don't want to necessarily play the objective, even though you do get more kills for getting, or you do get more points for getting kills while you're on the hard point. You can probably balance that out by getting kills of the enemies as they run to the hard point. So if you find a nice spot, set up shop and lock down a section or a path or 2 that leads to the hard point location, because everyone's going to be playing the objective. No one's going to care what's going on the other side of the map, so don't bother camping there. Camp or camp in disguise necessarily around the hard point to pick off the people running to it, because everyone wants to play the objective, because most people think that you get even more XP by just jumping on it, but you only get that points. You only get those 150 points or so if you're the first one on the hard point. So if you're not going to make it, set up shop, camp around people, and you'll definitely get tons of XP, and I highly recommend you try out Hardpoint if you haven't already. But moving along, we have Captain Halo. He's back again this week, and he says that Search and Destroy is his favorite game mode in Advanced Warfare. Now, personally, I do not agree with this selection by Captain Halo here. S&D really isn't my cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan of the whole one life, no respawn situation, but people do love it, and if you want to play competitively in Call of Duty, you're gonna have to get used to Search and Destroy, as it's one of the few games that is in the competitive rotation and has been for quite a while. So I did get a taste of it when I was doing some game battle stuff last year in Ghost with my man Sully. But even so, I got pretty good at it. Not great by any means, but I did get a hang of it. And so I think everyone should try it at some point, because it is one of the staple games in Call of Duty history, and arguably the biggest staple game, and the game everyone has played in Call of Duty is our number 2 spot on the countdown, and it is TDM. And this is being brought to us by my man Chief Satch. And really, I don't have much to say about TDM, because it is the core foundation of everything that is Call of Duty multiplayer. This is the first game mode that was available to people to play, really. It's just basic 6v6, everything goes. you can't not like TDM. It's just so basic, even if you're coming back from a Call of Duty break, which everyone needs once in a while, or you've never played the game before. TDM is likely the first thing you're going to jump back into. I know it is for me. I definitely think it deserves the number 2 spot this week. But unfortunately, even though it is the staple foundation of what Call of Duty multiplayer has become, it is not the number 1 spot, and that goes to Kill Confirmed. This one's a joint submission from Azran Gaming and Searchman212. And since its initiation to the Call of Duty franchise back in Modern Warfare 3, Kill Confirmed has really taken off as one of the all-time fan favorites, really, in Call of Duty history. I know it's definitely in my top 5 of all-time game modes. It's a perfect combination of just straight-up run and gun as well as objective play, because you got to get those dog tags to win. That's the most important part of Kill Confirmed. You got to confirm those kills. That's what the game mode is called. That's how you play. It's very self-explanatory. If you have never tried Kill Confirmed before, definitely give it a shot. It's fun. You'll have no problem finding a game. But anywho, that wraps it up for this week's Best of COD series. There you have the top 5 game modes in Advanced Warfare. One more time, we've got Hardcore Dom, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, TDM, and the best game mode in Advanced Warfare, Kill Confirmed. Thank you all to those who voted last week. If you want to be featured on next week's episode, please comment down below what your favorite weapon camo is in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It could be no camo, it could be royalty camo, and anything in between. Sound off down below or on Twitter and Facebook using the hashtag WizardTop10. All my social media links are in the description below. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll have more tips and tricks for Advanced Warfare throughout the week. And of course, next Saturday, I'll be right back here bringing you the next Wizard Top 10. Hopefully we get 10 submissions for the best camos in Advanced Warfare. For all things Call of Duty, DLC, multiplayer, tips and tricks, anything you can think of, keep it locked right here on youtube.com/TheAusTierWizard. And until next time, Wizard out.